Into some disappointing teams so far. Which
Again,
for you would be?
I have 4, but
Okay.
I'll just break it down. My first one is Denver, because I had high hopes for Denver this year, but I understand their injury. They have some injuries now, which okay, but they lost to the Titans 16-14 week 1, and they lost to the Steelers, which I understand they lost Drew Lock, but
Yeah,
still
they
kinda
lost.
surprising
They
to
lost
me.
to the thing that stunk about it was that they lost to the Titans when Gostowski missed like 4 field goals.
Yeah.
He missed three field goals and an extra point, and they still found a way to lose that game at home.
Yeah,
And that was extremely concerning from that point.
yeah.
And then you lose Drew Lock for a few weeks at least, and you're left
Then
with
you
just
lost Von Miller all year.
Von Miller all year before you even played a game.
Yeah,
AJ Bouyer's banged up, so it's tough for them.
yeah, because I had high expectations for them this year too. I had them going to the playoffs and everything.
Yeah.
I think maybe when Drew Lock comes back, they can get it turned around, but it's going to be hard when you're missing your best defensive player.
And even he has not looked too hot when he's played. I know he's just learning a new offense, and he's playing his 6th and 7th game ever in the NFL. But
moving on to my next one, I have the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah.
oh man,
0-2 start. They lost to the Packers 43-34, which, yeah, okay, it's a divisional game. I can understand you losing to the Packers, but to lose to the Colts 28-11, and Kirk Cousins had 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. Like,
yeah, but you know what? It's the fashion in which they've been losing, and like Kirk Cousins had a really good first game against the Packers, and I know a lot of it they were kind of playing catch up. But the fact that defense got lit up by the Packers offense that doesn't have that many weapons, and that's kind of been an off-season topic the entire offseason, how Rodgers doesn't have enough weapons on offense.
yeah, they
And
didn't address it.
They almost let up, 40 points from the Packers? And you supposedly have an elite defense with elite players at every level, and you give up almost 40 points
You
to
gave
the
them more,
Packers.
43.
Wait, it was 43.
43-34 was the final score.
Sheesh, man. I mean,
Yeah. This is very surprising to me because I understand you lose to the Packers as a divisional game, like things can happen, but to lose to the Colts, like I don't have high expectations for the Colts this year, and I thought for sure like the Vikings weren't favored against the Colts, and if I would have known that before the game, I would have taken them as my upset, but yeah, they did not look good against the Colts at all, and that's kind of concerning.
yeah, especially the passing offense
Yeah.
kind of like losing Diggs is just huge, man.
Yeah, and look what Diggs is doing in Buffalo now.
And he's been like the main cause of them taking that step up on offense, I think.
So my next team is
Oh wait, I didn't finish here. What was I gonna say
Vikings.
about the Vikings? Oh yeah, they have they're supposed to have an elite player at every level of their defense. You know, they have that elite pass rushing duo. They have elite linebackers in Barr and Kendricks, who Barr just is out for the season, I'm pretty sure. And then they have an elite safety duo in Harrison Smith and what's his name? Harris. But it's just surprising for them to get lit up like that, man.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
tragic, and they have nothing to look forward to, I don't think, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what their upcoming schedule is, but being in that division, it's going to be hard, especially with the way the Bears are playing right now and the way that the Packers are playing too. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be wondering if that team is on the hot seat, honestly, but we'll see.
I guess we'll see further down. But yeah, so going on to my next team is the Atlanta Falcons. You want to talk about a freaking disappointment of a damn team. This is probably my biggest disappointment was the Atlanta Falcons. So okay, you lose to Seattle. All right, Seattle's a good team. Russell Wilson's playing like an MVP. They lost 38-25. All right,
listen. Atlanta was only 2-point underdogs in that game. Or they might have even closed at one point. It was 1-point underdogs, and they just get blown out like that. And
now the most disappointing game was how do you blow a 20-point lead to the Cowboys? Like that, I was dumbfounded. I couldn't believe what I was watching. Like, did the Falcons players forget that you can recover a kick before it goes 10 yards? Like, I feel like they all just had a brain fart. And that was like the biggest game changer play. But there was a lot of things that happened throughout the game that, like, their defense does not look good at all.
It's the same Falcons. They can't escape that. They can't escape that identity of just blowing these leads, and and being just disappointing every single year.
Yeah.
Every single year.
They have all this talent, and they can build.
And this year we said that they were actually gonna
do it. I thought they were going to be a playoff team. I had them finishing second in the division, and it's not looking like that at all right now.
And what's going to happen is they're going to keep losing games early on, and then they're going to win a bunch of games at the end of the year and save Dan Quinn's job. Same story as always.
Yeah, but they're not going to get through playing this bad, man. Especially in that division. Like, I understand the Saints don't look too hot, and the Bucks aren't looking all that yet. But I mean, you can't be playing like this, man. It is not good.
And also, this statistic that I saw was crazy about that Falcons game. Mm-hmm. I already told it to you, but for our viewers, Matt Ryan threw for 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and they scored 38-plus points. And they're the first team to lose a game like that, doing that, ever. Previously, teams where quarterbacks threw 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and also scored 38 points were 440-0. Is that not the most Falcons thing you've ever heard in your life? 440 wins, 0 losses until the Falcons came along and played the Cowboys and blew it. Jeez. And then also, the Cowboys were like trying to give them the game. They fumbled it 3 or 4 times.
I think it was 4.
They fumbled it 3 times, and then they turned it over on downs on a fake punt.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
You remember that?
That all happened in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, man. And then, like, my 4th team that's like a maybe disappointment, but I'm not too disappointed in them just yet, because their schedule's been really hard, is the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
They're 0-2, but they've played the Chiefs, lost by 2 touchdowns, which is like, all right. And they lost to the Ravens 33-16. You're playing the 2 best teams in the AFC, arguably 2 of the best teams.
But listen, you have to play competitively. You can't just chalk it up to, oh, that was a really good team. No, you got to play competitively, man.
No, I agree.
You can't go out there and get blown out by double digits every game. I don't care if you're playing the 85 Bears. I don't give a shit.
No, I agree. I agree, but I'm not done. Like, I don't give up on them yet. They still have plenty of games left, and
they have
this is probably their 2 hardest. Yeah, this is probably their 2 hardest games of the season, and they got them both out of the way nice and early.
I just think it's so hard to start off an NFL season like that. To me, it's so important to just start off with an easy schedule, and then you gradually get into it, rather than you starting 0-2. It's like it just deflates everything. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, their division really doesn't look that amazing besides, like, Tennessee. Tennessee looks good, but...
Well, Tennessee, I like Tennessee.
I like Tennessee, too. But yeah, so those are my disappointments.
Okay, so